Hello, YouTubers. So today I wanted to talk about why I chose Amazon Retail Arbitrage as my beginning point for my journey on Amazon and why I didn't do the other models such as wholesale, private label, or just any other avenue of Amazon that they have to sell on the platform. So I have been a seller on e-commerce for over 5 years. And the reason why for Amazon in particular, I decided to do retail arbitrage, which means that you purchase items from the retail stores and then you ship them to Amazon and you do something called fulfilled by Amazon. So they ship the items to the customers, or you could also do something called merchant fulfilled, where you actually have the items when it sells on Amazon, you ship it straight to the customer. And that's the business model I chose and why I also teach my students, because I feel like fulfilled by Amazon and retail arbitrage is like better for newbies and beginners, because first of all, you want to have some reviews in your stores, and then you also can just ship like maybe one box if you want to, and if you want to stop, then you can stop. If you want to ship more than that, you can do that. There's two other models that Amazon sellers also are involved with. One would be something called wholesale, and another one would be called private label. So wholesale is when you actually contact manufacturers and big companies and you purchase a big bulk of their items and you sell it for a smaller margin and you ship it to Amazon. And the reason why I don't do wholesale is because you have to have a minimum order quantity for those bigger accounts. And what most sellers do is they generally find a list of wholesale companies that they're interested in being their seller for, and they contact them and then they say like, hey, I would like to sell the products. Can I purchase your products? So you have to do a lot of like maybe calling and emailing and trying to get those accounts to trust you before you can purchase a bulk amount of items and then you sell it to Amazon. See, if you do retail arbitrage, which is what I teach, you could pretty much buy like one item, or you could buy like 10 items or 20 items. And they could all be a variety of items. When you do wholesale, you're buying a bulk of one item. So like say you're buying 50 Scotch tapes and you're selling it on Amazon. They have a minimum order quantity that they need. So instead of me going to the retail store only buying one of these to ship to Amazon, just selling one, I would be buying like 100 of these and then I'm shipping to Amazon. And so the risk is that what if Amazon decides to sell this tape and you have 100 of those in your inventory and Amazon takes the price over? Or what if somebody else that has a wholesale account with this company and they have a lower price, and then you're kind of screwed, right? But if I only have one item of this and I'm going wider, not deeper, then I will only lose out on a few of these that will eventually sell, but I didn't have like 100 back in stock in the inventory, and that maybe Amazon took over, or another wholesaler with better relationship with that company has a lower margin and they could sell it for a lot less. Another thing that happens is there's something called private label. So private label is if you go to like Alibaba or AliExpress or another company and say you want to sell tape, but instead of Scotch tape, it's botch tape. Like it's from the Chinese company, and it's like it's not the manufacturer from Scotch tape from 3M. It's like from China. It's non-branded, and you sell tape, but it's not a brand name. The reason why I don't teach wholesale or private label is because with private label, they also have a minimum order quantity. Okay, so you would have to buy like say 50 botch tape and then sell it on Amazon. But what a lot of private label companies and sellers that are teaching these classes don't tell you is you have to have reviews. Like if you want to be on page 1 on Amazon, you need reviews, and then also you have to have, they favor sellers that have a lot of inventory in stock. So if you only buy the minimum quantity, like 50, and there's another wholesaler or private label that has 1,000 and it's in stock, who do you think Amazon is going to favor? The person that has 1,000 available or the person that only has 50? And also another thing is, if you run out of stock, sometimes Amazon will hide the listing. Yes, hide the listing because you're not doing a good job at keeping inventory in stock. So because my followers and because me myself, I'm a risk taker, but I don't want to risk holding out like thousands of dollars of inventory in like botch tape or scotch tape, and maybe Amazon tanks it, maybe I'm not on first page, maybe somebody else price gouges and then gets all of my sales, or I don't have enough reviews and so I'm not favored. I don't have a lot of stock in the back room so that they are like not favoring my listing. I would rather have a variety of items, and I know that Amazon, it will eventually sell, and that I don't have to invest like thousands of dollars on inventory. When you purchase these courses that say, okay, well, I'm teaching Amazon private label, I'm teaching Amazon wholesale, and they're charging $5,000 for the courses, a lot of them say that you should have inventory of about to $5,000, and that's for one brand, one style, okay? So what I teach is less risky because I'm telling my students like, hey, you could go to Walmart, Target, Nordstrom Rack and ship one box to Amazon as a retail arbitrage, buying those items to Amazon. And guess what? If somebody else sells scotch tape and they're a little bit priced higher or less than you, eventually your item will sell. But instead of having 500 of these, you only have like 5. Okay. And then what I'm saying is that once you have more experience, once you have more reviews, once you have more understanding of Amazon and how the dynamics is shipping the items, and you have more experience, then eventually, as you're higher up in the screen, like the analytics of Amazon, then you might want to do wholesale, then you might want to do private label, and you're not scared to pay $5,000 to $10,000 for inventory. With my model, you could literally go to the garage and get your used books, ship those items out. You could get used electronics, ship those items out. You could literally go to Walmart, spend like $50 to $100 and ship those items out once a week, and then grow your inventory and get some reviews and get some traction and understand how Amazon works and how you should be shipping items before you want to go to these like private label or wholesale and like go to that next level. Okay. So even like with my class about how to sell Amazon, as well as how to sell on Mercari, eBay, Tradesy, Vestiaire, and Zara and H&M, I teach how to sell women's fashion online. And the reason why I don't say, okay, open your Shopify store, or okay, go to a wholesaler and buy a bunch of stuff that doesn't have a brand on it, is because I know that Zara and H&M are so popular that people will buy those, and I won't have a lot of refunds, and I might have some backstock, but I could eventually sell it as a reselling box, or I could sell it to my followers, or I could just keep it myself. But if I buy 10,000 Alibaba dresses with no brand name, I'm going to be stuck with that if nobody buys that. And I don't even want to wear that because I don't even like that brand, right? So I really want to caution you, like, before you open a Shopify store, before you do drop shipping, before you do wholesale, before you do private label, know what risk tolerance you have and how to know what these course sellers are selling. They want you to pay like up to $5,000 for inventory. You have to pay for PPC, which is like advertising campaigns. And you also have to try to be at the first page of Amazon if you're trying to sell out these huge inventory backstock, okay? My course is different. I'm teaching you, you know what? Just go buy maybe 1 box a week of items from the retail store, go ship it to Amazon, and worst case scenario, if it doesn't sell, you could ship it back to your house and return it. Most people won't do that because eventually it will sell if the rank is good and if the titles are good and if you're doing what I teach in my class. But I just want to share why I don't teach private label and wholesale, because I am not doing that currently, because I feel like I don't even have that kind of experience. And if you have experience, then I think that that's amazing. If you have like $5,000, $10,000 to just pour into your Amazon and tied up to just one stock or whatever SKU, then that's also the risk that you're willing to take. Then go for it. You know, you get to scale, you get to sell items much, much faster. But also another one to share is that when Amazon sellers post these numbers, like I sold $10,000 a month, usually the average percentage that Amazon sellers sell is like 20 to 30% higher than their cost. So that means that if somebody said that they sell $10,000 a month in Amazon, they only probably made like $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So I just want to share all these backstories and insights and secrets. Like, people don't share about PPC campaigns, how much that costs. People don't share about how you have to be front page to sell a lot. People don't share how you have to have reviews before, you know, you're even trusted on Amazon site. People don't share that when you are selling items, that if you go out of stock all the time, sometimes Amazon will actually hide your listings. Like, that's some stuff that people do not talk about. And I just want to share this with you guys because I don't want you to lose all your money, and I want you to be safe. I want you to have a solid foundation before you go to the next levels of, you know, maybe opening up a Shopify store and having unbranded brands just selling for you, or you want to be the next Kylie Jenner and sell like unbranded makeup, and yet you have 0 followers, nobody knows who you are, but you know, people say, yeah, make money on Shopify. Or people are saying, oh, I made $100,000 on Amazon, but they've been doing it for a long time. They paid for PPC campaigns. They have a lot of money to buy inventory. They're always constantly in stock, and they know how to go on the front page of Amazon's. You know, if you're a new seller, that's going to really mess you up if you just don't know any of these insights and secrets that most people don't share that I'm sharing with you. So my whole perspective is, why not start small, get some reviews, get some feedback, see if you even like selling on the platform, see if your listings are showing up when you Google search those items. And after you get more feedback and reviews and people trust you and people know you and your brand, then move up to that next label. Like, I have been in the market for over 5 years. I don't even want to start my own private label yet, because I actually do have a Shopify store and nobody buys there, because all the traffic that I get is from eBay, Poshmark, Tracy, Vestiaire, Amazon, and those people have tons of credibility and customers. My Shopify store, even though I have 20,000 followers on Instagram, gets 0 sales. So imagine if you are no followers, nobody knows who you are, and you have and somebody like me who has 20,000 followers are getting 0 sales on my Shopify store, how that would really be really stressful for you to try to sell a lot and gain a reputation to start selling on a store with unbranded unbranded items, and people don't know who you are. So that's why I teach how to sell retail arbitrage first on Amazon, and then, you know, maybe in the future I will do wholesale, and then in the future after that I will do private label. But these are stepping stones, and I want to share that with you because I really don't want people to get hurt if they just pay $5,000 for a course to pay for to learn private label. They don't have $5,000 to invest. They don't have investments for advertising costs. They don't realize that they have to order samples, and that sometimes Amazon hides the listings if you run out of stock, and all those things that people don't share. So I hope this helps somebody. Please like and subscribe if you are interested in learning how to do the beginning foundations of learning on Amazon. My course is down there. The link is in the bio. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.